to another episode of Watch and Roll. Today I bring to you what I consider the ultimate watch review about this Oceanus. I had owned this watch for 4 years now, and I'm pretty sure I have a better idea of this watch, and I've gotten newer and more accurate information about the watch. So let's start talking about where does this brand sits. The Oceanus line is considered the highest quality line of the brand Casio. Many of you might relate Casio with the cheap watches we're all used to in Western countries, but actually Casio is a brand extremely capable of producing luxury standards, but as many say, the Japanese keep the best for themselves, as the Oceanus and other premium G-Shocks are only for domestic market. Casio is a huge player in innovation in the Japanese industry. One of those examples is that Oceanus was the first company to produce the world's first GPS receptor hybrid luxury watch. This brand is no joke. It is and should be considered among other luxury brands. Casio is an amazing brand that in my opinion it has more impeccable quality control than other companies of the same price point. In my experience, I have found tiny misalignment mistakes and blemishes on other brands, even Swiss luxury like Omega and Rolex, but the Oceanus is king on quality control because of the way they produce their watches. They use a computer scanning to detect imperfections, and they use an efficient mix of handmade and computer build that improves the quality control. Now, their production is similar to Grand Seiko, where the amount of watches are produced every year, it's a lot less than Rolex, it's a lot less than Omega. It's similar to Grand Seiko. The production of the Oceanus is 100% completely in-house, and all their components are 100% made in Japan. The production of all their components is premium into a luxury standard, and it's even rumored that the finishing process such as the polishing is made at the Grand Seiko factory. By adding these high-end qualities, the Oceanus has certainly claimed that it was second to none than any other luxury brand. Apart from featuring the sophisticated technologies, the Casio Oceanus watches distinguishes itself from the other mechanical watches in many aspects. Unlike other mechanical timepieces, it possesses a provision of setting the time using GPS technology. Furthermore, different micromotors embedded inside it control its functioning from inside. All the resurrected models under the Casio Oceanus collection is equipped with an analog watch face, although the older version was believed to be equipped with combined analog and digital dials, moreover to control the function of dials for a time. Stopwatch, seconds, the day of the week, and hours. The watches are fitted with 5 independent motors from inside. It is the first watch to offer a 5-motor technology paired with atomic solar technology. So what does this specific watch has to offer? Well, let's see. The first technology is tough solar. There's a solar panel that takes the light and converts it into energy, and it generates sufficient electric power to keep on charging, even with limited light from cloudy skies or indoor fluorescent lighting. The second technology is a tiny shock-resistant antenna constructed of an amorphous material achieves a high sensitivity reception of standard time radio waves carrying time information, reliability that enables stable radio wave reception from any of 6 stations worldwide is realized simultaneously with the robustness required to handle rough treatment under the most rugged conditions. Third technology is the Smart Axis. This analog control system combines multi-mission drive, which assigns multiple functions to individual hands with an electronic crown switch. World-time city section is conducted with simple crown operation, providing quick access to the times in the world's major cities. Fourth is the multi-motor construction. Smooth switching of the various displays is achieved by a drive mechanism including an optimized number of motors. The electronic crown switch Smart Axis makes it easy to operate Casio's multifunction watches. Simply pulling out and rotating the crown provides intuitive control over world time city selection and various other functions. The other kind of technology is the type of movement inside. The type of movement inside is called tough movement, consists on 3 kinds of technologies. The hybrid mount construction, The parts are laid out based on the detailed calculations of the materials and strength. The result is a movement structure with improved shock resistance. The auto hand home position correction. It detects and confirms the positions of the hands once every hour. In the unlikely event that the hands has slipped, it is returned to the proper position automatically. And finally, the solar power, an original Casio solar charging system that provides ample electric power to assume stable operation of various power-hungry functions, as we already know. So here is the Casio Oceanus OCW-S100-1AJF. As you can see, after 4 years of use, by wearing it 3 times a week, it doesn't really have any scratches at all. It has some signs of wear and some small blemishes, but compared to my steel pieces, this is almost nothing. So let's get the measurements out of the way. Without the crown, it's a 39, 41.5 with the crown, lug to lug 46, thickness is 10 millimeters, the bracelet is 22, and it tapers down to 19 millimeters. Let's talk about materials. Materials is a double dome sapphire crystal that is slightly domed, and it has an AR coating. The face of the watch is between a matte and a glossy finish. And it's really surprising because not many solar watches have this kind of impeccable dials. Usually you can see a little bit through the dial of the watch. Let's talk about the material, the titanium. The titanium is of course a hardened titanium alloy similar to the Grand Seiko titanium alloy, and it has a titanium carbide coating. As you can see, the bracelet has a satin finish. With center of the links, it has some bevel edges with the polished finish that they pop out with the light and give them that luxurious feel. The buckle, it's a stainless steel satin finish with the buttons that are highly polished. Let's talk a little bit about the hands and the markers. The hands are polished, highly polished, minute, hour, and the second hand and the hour markers have a blue IP coating that pop out with the light. I will show you a couple pictures later. It has some crown guards. These crown guards are polished. It has some bevel edges around the case. The crown, it's all polished together, and the button is highly polished on the side but satin finish on the front. It has a date complication with a blue IP frame. As you can see from the back, it has a outer ring that is highly polished, and the rest of the case back is milled. The way this watch wears is absolutely phenomenal. This is by far one of the most comfortable watches I ever tried in my life, especially of this kind. The titanium is so light and it's so comfortable to wear, especially because the size it's just perfect for me, 39 millimeters. As you can see of my tiny wrist, this watch wears just perfectly. There's no lugs sticking out, and it's just an amazing watch. The quality of this Oceanus is absolutely impeccable, and remember, this model is basically the lowest in the Oceanus line. So I can assure you that the $4,000, $3,000 Oceanus are gonna be even more perfect than this. Out of all my watches of even slightly higher price than these and lower price from Seiko and Citizen, this watch is the one that has less mistakes and highest quality control I ever seen. Even my other Seikos and Citizen signature line, they have more mistakes on the alignment of the dial. Alright guys, let's get into the functions. I'm gonna show you how to turn on or off the auto receiving of this watch. First, you press this button, which is B. You pull out the crown. It's gonna tell you yes or no. If you wanna turn it on or off, off for no, on for yes. So I'm gonna leave it in yes because I want my watch to auto receive every night. Second, I'm gonna show you how to change your time zone. And this is the easiest thing to do and the most useful whenever you're traveling or flying from one country to another and the time zone changes. You just have to do this. So you just have to pull out the crown. It's gonna show you the time zone you are in. Right how I have it in Chicago, and I'm gonna change it to UTC. And as you can see, the watch is gonna switch automatically to the time zone. I'm gonna change it back because that's my time zone. The next one, I'm gonna show you how to toggle the daylight saving time function. You can have it on automatic and auto, or you can switch it to manual. So with the crown open, you're gonna press this button with the pen, and it's gonna show you, if you leave it pressed, you can switch between manual, DST, ST, or auto. Okay, next I'm gonna show you how to manually set the time and the date. So you first pull out the crown, and you have to press this button right here, and as you can see, you can start changing the minutes right there. So you can change the minutes. Then if you press this button again, it's going to switch to another hand. As you can see, now I can change the hours. Then if you press the button again, you can change the date wheel. And if you press the button again, now you're setting the month. So if you press the button one more time, you're gonna be able to change the time in 5-minute intervals. Alright guys, now I'm gonna show you how to reset the hand position manually by yourself. So if you pull out the crown, press this button and just leave it pressed for 7 seconds. And then the hands will realign by itself. Okay, as you can see, now the hands are just dead on place, and there's no way these hands can misalign, because you don't need a watchmaker to realign your watches, because the watch does it by itself. Isn't that amazing? I have so many alignment issues with other watches, but this kind of watch, it just excels at everything. Okay guys, well, I think that's all for today. That's all I have for you tonight. And just let me know if you have any questions, suggestions. Leave it down in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one.